you're still watching News Desk on Joy News. Now, Parliament is expected to approve the report of the Appointments Committee today on the second batch of ministerial nominees. This week, 12 nominees were vetted. Who is likely to be approved and who will be put on the burner? Joseph Opoku-Gakpo is our parliamentary correspondent. He joins us live on the line. Hello, Joseph. If you can hear me, how many people are going to be approved?
And so there are 6 of them who are expected to be approved. Dr. Anthony Akutose, the Minister Designate for Monitoring and Evaluation. Also, Otikwafi Sajaba, the Minister Designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection. Dan Kekuboche, who is the Minister Designate for Regional Reorganization and Development. John Peter Meu, who is the Minister Designate for Lands and Natural Resources. Ignatius Bafwewa, the Minister Designate for Employment and Labor Relations, as well as Samuel Atachia, who is the Minister Designate for Works and Housing. Those are the things.
And I'm wondering, those who have been selected, those who have not been selected, any reasons why and when are they going to be approved?
And so this is actually the third report of the Appointment Committee, and it focuses on the nominees who are actually vetted on Monday and Tuesday. They are the ones that this particular report covers. The expectation is that sometime next week, though the other 6 persons who were vetted yesterday and the day before, a report on them would also be ready from the Appointment Committee and brought before the House. That would actually be done on Tuesday. Now, the report from the committee, a copy of which I have in my in my hand at the moment, which is signed by George Ewusu, who is actually the chairman of the Appointment Committee, notes that as far as they are concerned, when it comes to all the other 5, apart from Otiko Afisa Jaba, the report, and I'm quoting verbatim, it says that in respect of the 5 other nominees, the committee recommends to the House to approve their nominations by consensus. But then when it comes to Madam Otiko Afisa Jaba, the Minister Designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection, the report makes the point that the committee is recommending for her approval, but it is by a majority decision. We understand that the minority on the committee, about 10 of the members, indicated that they are not in support of Madam Otiko Afisa Jaba's approval because they think that she didn't do her national service and so she doesn't deserve to serve in the office as the Minister of State. But the majority, that has about 16 members on the committee, used their numbers to overrule the decision of the minority, and so the committee is generally recommending her approval. And so on the floor of the House, the debate will be happening as to whether this report should be approved or otherwise, and chances are that if the minority insists on their objection and they insist that when it comes to the approval, they will not badge for a voice vote, but then for head count, it's likely they'll be voting on Madam Otiko Afisa Jaba's approval.
Opoko, any idea those who are coming next week?
And so the other nominees, apart from the first batch that have actually been approved, you would recall that already 13 of the nominees have been vetted and approved. It's expected that by early next week, the 12 who have been vetted this week would also be approved. And so sometime next week, the regional ministers who've been appointed are expected to appear before the committee, as well as 10 other ministerial nominees.
Thank you very much, Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, our parliamentary correspondent. And away from Parliament, one of the claimants to the Chieftaincy title, Ni Adamalache, has been directed to vacate the seat or face litigation in court. Ni Dr. Tete Kwe, who says he is the principal kingmaker of the paramount, he says the claimant has 14 days to quit. Ni Adamalache was installed by the Gwese Manche Ni Ayebonte amidst controversy in 2011, as has always been accused of illegally occupying the stool, even though he is not of a royal lineage. At a media briefing Thursday, Ni Dr. Tete Kwe described Ni Adamalache as an imposter aided by some politicians to create confusion in the Ghana state.
Adamalache is an imposter. He's gotten to where he is through deception. It is our Justice Council which actually has the power to ensure a Ghana paramount chief. And we have done that other than Adamalache. So we don't know him as a Gamanche. He was aided in whatever he did through certain politicians who aided him to do that. And those politicians know themselves. They are supposed to be honorables, but they have actually lost it because what they did, they knew was wrong. I am the Jasache, I'm the principal chief kingmaker, and I've not put him over there. I don't know him, right? He sent people to come and beg me, and I said I won't do it because he's not qualified. 14 days they must go. And if they say they aren't going, you know, justice must come to play. There are so many cases against him, and we are going to enhance the quality of the cases against him. We are going to enhance the strength of the cases against him. We're going to prove to the whole world that we're wasting our time having this man there parading around that he's a Gamanche when he's not.
The Gbesemanche Ni Aibonte, who installed Adamalache as Gamanche, is himself under fire for partisan comment he made in the run-up to the elections. Now, the National House of Chiefs has apologized to Ghanaians for the several instances some of its members openly took sides with political parties in the run-up to the 2016 polls. The president of the House, Togbi Afede, the 14th, bemoaned the extent to which such conduct tainted the image of the Chieftaincy institution. He was addressing the Chiefs' first meeting of the year in Kumasi. Kwasi Debra reports.
We assure you that on 7 December 2016, we shall express our gratitude.
A number of chiefs made several political outbursts in the heat of the 2016 elections. Gbesemanche Ni Aibonte, for instance, has come under pressure to live by his own word and abdicate. He had publicly declared he would give up his stool if former President Mahama loses last December's election. Togbi Afede, who is also a Bogomefia of the Asogli traditional area, believes such chiefs went beyond bounds.
You recall that the code that we did before the House during the tenure of my predecessors, or that was before us, was consistent with traditional and constitutional requirements. And that is why, among others, it precluded us from participation in active partisan politics. Not all of us have been able to respect these standards. The intention of the leaders of this House to ensure that these standards are observed. But having said that, I would like to apologize on behalf of chiefs who have erred in the past, in particular during the last elections, by adopting partisan positions. And I hope that all of that can be consigned to the dark bin of history, and we can forge ahead as a united people with a common destiny.
The House resolved at the meeting to review the number of its committees from 9 to 6. Each member will serve on a maximum of 2 committees. Togbi Afede explains.
These committees include a new research and traditional affairs committee. You recall that in the past we had a research committee. We have expanded it to include other matters of a traditional nature. So we have a research and traditional affairs committee. We also have land, natural resources, and environment committee. Amalgamation of 3 committees that we previously had. We're guided by the principle that the fewer committees we have to work with, the more efficient we can be. We used to have 9 such committees, which we have reduced to 6. The first, as I said, is the Research and Traditional Affairs Committee. Then we have the Land, Natural Resources and Environment Committee. The third committee we have is the Finance and Infrastructure Committee. We also have the External Relations Committee. And then we have the Legal Affairs Committee. And finally, the Governance and Development Committee.
Meanwhile, the chief of Asin Kushia in the Central Region, Ahunabo Brimpra Ajinsem VI, was inducted into the House. Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi Debra.
And you're still watching News Desk, where we come back. Emmanuel Awajiriafe will join us with the latest in business. Don't go away, because he also has some news on the BRT.